Okay, so 9.5 office costs. So there are a lot of things involved in having an office. There's a lot of expenses for just the space. So there's rent, there's lights, there's heat, there's insurance, there's cleaning, there's maintenance. If you actually own the space, then you're dealing with depreciation and mortgage, interest, and real estate taxes, things like that. Okay, so those things need to be factored into the costs of having employees, having a business. Unit costs of office work. So sometimes owners want to be able to know, like, if they have a bunch of people that work there, like what each of those employees is costing them through salaries, the actual space that they're in, how much work they're getting done, and then they can compare as to whether they are each of the employees is being efficient, or if their costs are higher than maybe the average industry. And then the assignment is on here because I didn't want to put it on the back. Okay, so here we go. So a 45 square foot office rents for, and the comma's in the wrong spot, $62,250 a year. The utilities cost $4,800 a year. What is the total yearly cost of this office space per square foot? Okay. If a clerk's workstation is 64 square feet, how much does the workstation space cost per year? So we're going to take the rent, the $62,250, and we're going to add the $4,800 because that's included. And there's lots of other things that I'm sure they could put in here, but that's all they're asking for. So then when we add those two together, we've got $67,050. And then there's 4,500 square feet. So then you divide it by 4,500. So it equals $14.90 per square foot. Okay? Which truly is just like a box, like a square foot. Sorry, like a square foot. Anyway, and then each clerk's workstation is 64 square feet. So if we multiply that, that would tell us how much that particular workstation cost for the year. And again, this is just physical space. This is not like their supplies and the cost of actually employing the person in the space, things like that. Okay? All right. So then we have a 40,000 square foot office building. Oh, wait. Contains a warehouse and an office. The office occupies 10% of the building. The rent and all those things for the entire building are $1,289,600. How many square feet does the actual office occupy, and what is the annual cost of the office space per square foot? So, we're not looking at the warehouse right now. We're just looking at the office. Okay, and it's 10%. So we're going to take the physical space and just find the 10% of it. So 4,000 square feet is the size of the office. And it says how many square feet does it occupy? Okay, so we got that. What's the annual cost of the office space per square foot? Okay, so we're going to have to find the amount of the rent that is just for the office space. So that's going to also be 10%. So we'll just move that back one. Okay, so that's the cost for the whole space of the office. But it wants to know what the annual space is per square foot. So then we're going to take the 128,960 and divide it by the 4,000 square feet. And that's going to give us $32.24. So then you could figure out, like, depending on how much space a specific employee or position takes, you could figure out how much that costs. Okay. All right. So now, last year, an office space spent these amounts on 3 workstations. So those are this combined, okay? So we need to find the total amount spent on the 3 workstations. So we're literally going to take and just add these up. Okay. So 42,824, 8,200, 7,140, and 9,420. So those all added together is $67,584. And if you can see here, it includes salaries. And truly, we're just learning how to do this, but truly that should only be one person's salary if they're lucky. Okay, but it doesn't really matter. So then the average annual amount spent on each workstation, and again, this is average. It's not saying that each person makes exactly the same amount, but we're just looking for the average. So between the person's salary, the rent, the depreciation, and all the supplies, each workstation costs approximately $22,528. Okay, all right. So then this kind of has to do with, we did some of the Best Buy stuff last week, but so we have reams of paper, and so that's I actually have one right here. So, the big ream of paper that I use for, so like the big ream of paper that I use to make copies, things like that. Okay, so that's what they're talking about. Okay, so let me come back in. Okay, all right, so copy paper is $4.15 a ream. When it's bought in a case of 10 reams, the whole case costs $38. Okay, so you can't really compare them until you've got them both in the same units. So you either move this to 10 reams or you move the case to 1 ream, the cost of each ream. So what is the cost per ream when buying a case? So we're going to take the $38 and divide it by the 10 reams. So it's costing $3.80 per ream. Okay. So what is savings per ream when buying a case? So it's $4.15 just for one, If we subtract the $3.80 it is for one when you're buying the case, we can find how much they save per ream. So it's 35 cents. Okay. And then you multiply it by the 10 reams. So that's $3.50. And this may seem minuscule, but I don't truly know how many. But I would say the school probably goes through, I don't know. Let's see. I would say probably 200 cases of paper. So if you multiplied that by 200, a place would save $700 a year. So 35 cents isn't much, but then when you scale it to how much paper places actually use, and it could be entirely, I could be wrong on the amount, but, you know, money saved is money saved, right? Okay, so once again, the assignment is page 404, 5 to 20, and skip 17.